focusing on is to keep serving all Italian clients, both on the logistic and equally importantly with our postal offices. We have proven to be very resilient during the pandemic. We never closed, we never let down any client, and we think it's very important that people feel that they have one safe place to go, even in uncertain scenarios.
The COVID pandemic has provided a lot of very lumpy numbers when it comes to e-commerce delivery, and we've seen, of course, bottlenecks around supply chains. How would you describe the situation at this point, as we, of course, have seen demand just change slightly on the back of this crisis?
People have got used to, after the pandemic, a different level of service and utilization of the e-commerce channels. And that's there to stay and marginally improve over time. The recent geopolitical picture hasn't really affected too much the habits of our clients. Clearly, we had some stress on the logistic chain for mainly fuel prices.
You mentioned that there hasn't been a major impact, but are there issues in terms of ensuring that you abide by sanctions? Is that where some of the logistical issues may be cropping up for you?
No. We think, if the energy space keeps, providing us liquidity, to run our business, we don't anticipate any kind of stress. And this is actually the scenario that we have in mind and we expect to happen.
Can I ask you, Matteo, a sort of broader question about the state of Italy at the moment? It was interesting that we saw Mr. Draghi describing the possibility of a real significant growth slowdown into next year. How immune are you from slower growth in your core economy?
Poste Italiane, I've been leading this company for 5 years, and 4 out of 5 were very slow growth. So certainly it doesn't help our top line because you have less, activity, and that means less logistic. But on the other hand, maybe less growth means, higher saving rates, and then our, financial institution side of the business would benefit. So in terms of Poste, don't see a major issue if there is a deceleration of economic growth. Clearly, it's not good news for the system.
You've been very focused on also expanding the business into new areas of technological advantage, specifically into payments, with this investment, of course, into Volante Technologies and elsewhere. Could you tell us a little bit more about your ambition in that sphere and when it begins to make a meaningful contribution to revenue?
The ambition is to be as technical as possible in the way we serve our clients. And to do that, you need, one, to go very focused for IT talent. We've been doing this for the last 5 years, very consistently and with a very strong focus on talent on board on the specific IT space. And two, you need to be ready to go laterally and acquire